Again, a very good evening, 7:15 by the watch. Hope you're well. How's it going? Having a great day, had a great day. So the weekend is just a day away, starts on Saturday for many of us, hopefully for you as well. So this is me, Jasleen Kapani, and we're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and interior solutions. But this is not about my work. I'm also into fitness and I exercise a lot, and I'm also a drummer, a djembe drummer, and I've got lots and lots of other interests in life and stuff like watching movies and reading books and going to the theater and Zumba and lots and lots of those. So in the morning I'll share. I'm going to talk about health benefits of coffee. And health benefits of coffee vaguely or randomly or in general people know, but this is something this is based on science, and it's basically a research which was done looking at 47,000 women in New York. And then there was a research which happened in our country as well and in some other parts of the world, and most of it which I'm sharing right now is based on science. So research it, talk to your doctors and stuff. And another thing is a word of caution that during this weather, especially with the pollution and everything and all that, a lot of people are feeling gaseous. So there's acidity happening, there's nausea happening, and there's, like people throwing up and stuff and headaches and all that. So lots of things associated may not be because you're in bad health or in poor health and something. It's basically because of generally acidity. So in that case, not a very good idea to pop in too many medicines. Call your doctor. Sabse zaruri. But if you know your system very well, you can have antacids, you can have soda. So I had a Coke on certain parts of the day when I was not feeling good. I had a Limca and I started, you know, feeling great because I was releasing gas and stuff like that. But then when it got a little more serious, I had to literally call up my doctor, which I normally do, and I got my panty acids and antacids in place and stuff. And now they are a part of my weekly thingy, and everything is much under control. The congestion is gone, So how did I do this, So I went steaming and I lost my voice for a few days. I couldn't talk. Still, I have my ear drumming happening once in a while, but I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to raise an alarm around health and stuff, especially during winters. One has to be very careful that you're not exposing yourself to extreme heat and cold and stuff, So, garmi thandi and then garam sard. So then you tend to feel feverish, you have body aches and stuff, and then situations can get a little more serious because people have put it in your head. It could be because of pollution and then the brain fog thing and the depression in the air and the gloom and all that, so people get worked up. So the word is ghabrana. You do not need to, okay, let's use the word worry. Just call up your doctor who knows your history and try having soda number one because that helps the best. Okay, so back to coffee. Now, what is coffee all about? So the thing is this, that it's been driven in our minds that having too much of coffee is not a good idea. I see lots of international videos talking about we're not able to sleep and we're not able to, you know, um, crash after we've had coffee. So this is me. It's my story. For many years I've been having coffee, and if you give me 3 cups of coffee or 4 cups of coffee, I still don't feel sleepy. Yeah. So today I've had 2 cups of coffee, and I've not been able to sleep. It's not that I've got immune to it. It's just that this whole myth about too much of coffee is not good for you and stuff. It depends from body to body. So 3 से 4 cup allowed hai. Now, what are the other reasons? Okay, so coffee is actually very healthy, especially black coffee. Yeah. So black coffee is actually loaded with antioxidants, and it's actually loaded with excuse me, nutrients which are really good for you and can prevent you from serious diseases. If you have a headache and if you're feeling sleepy, if you're feeling lack of concentration, lack of focus, and you want to kickstart and stuff, rather than having stuff like a diet coke, or rather than having stuff like boys, they have this uh, Red Bull, it's always a good idea to get yourself a cup of coffee. Carry it in your flask or carry it with you and stuff, you know. It's called a stimulant because it's got this caffeine thing in it, um, which is actually a stimulant that helps you kind of think better. It gets you alert. It gets you perked up, is the word, okay? It enhances your memory. It works with your liver very well. Research it. I'm not a doctor by any means, but I can share this because we know this, you know. Coffee can help you burn fat. If you are thinking that I want to lose weight and I want to reduce and you want to enhance your metabolic rate, always a good idea to include coffee because it helps you burn your fat and stuff, right? Coffee can drastically help you enhance your physical performance. So when you're going for a gym workout or an exercise, a marathon, or you're going to, you know, kind of get into, let's say, yoga, or let's say you're going to have Zumba, always a good idea to have a little bit of coffee before that because it's got this thing of, giving you this adrenaline rush, which actually helps you exercise a lot more, you know, because it improves your physical performance by at least 12 to 15% or 11 to 12% in many cases. Research it again, depending on your age and stuff. All right. Then coffee contains vitamin B2, vitamin B5, manganese and potassium, and it also has what is that? Lots of other stuff. You know, you may not even have heard these, so I'm skipping it. So because people make a big deal that coffee is not that great for them, and they don't enjoy it, they put it on other people also to not participate in having coffee. But 3 to 4 cups, a good idea, right? And coffee can also now lower risks of high diabetes. Coffee can bring down your chances of getting dementia and Alzheimer's. Coffee can help you lower on Parkinson's. Coffee can actually, I've already shared this, have a protective effect on your liver. So people who drink about 4 cups of coffee have about 80% of lower risk of getting stuff related to the liver and stuff. Again, talk to a doctor before you consider these because these are facts and figures from research I have here. And then coffee can help you fight depression. Coffee can make you feel happier, right? So with the winters, with the pollution, and in general also when people feel sad and blue, you know, coffee can help you shake off a lot of it, you know, because depression is a very serious word. You know, depression is like a mental disorder. I find it frivolous when I see people using it casually. Depression हो गया, you know, break off हो गया, बात नहीं हुई girlfriend से, और ये हो गया, वो हो गया, you know. So avoid using these heavy duty words because these are actually words which are for mental disorders and stuff, you know. So when you have a coffee, as per a Harvard study which was published in 2011, women who drink 4 or more cups of coffee per day have 20% of lower risk of becoming depressed. And another study which happened on 2 lakh 8,424 individuals, they found that when they drank coffee at least 4 cups a day, 50%, 53% of them were likely to commit less suicide. So coffee in a way helps you also combat and bring down suicide and stuff like that because it reduces depression. Coffee, in many cases, lowers risks of bringing down some type of cancer. It doesn't mean people are not going to get it, but the point is this that when you actually having coffee, liver cancer and colorectal cancer kind of comes under control and stuff. Please talk to a doctor. I do not know about cancer much, but I can tell you this that because it's functioning with the liver very well, definitely coffee drinkers have less chances of getting cancer unless, unfortunately, it's in the family or it happens, you know, uh, in whatever way. So the most important thing is people say ज़्यादा coffee पीने से heart disease हो जाते हैं और we don't feel that great and stuff and all. So it's a question of your upbringing. It's a question of your personal experiences. It's a question of mental conditioning and stuff as well, you know. So coffee does not give you any heart diseases, but in fact it lowers the risk of getting a stroke. Again, please research this. Coffee may cause mild increase in your blood pressure, which diminishes over time. And coffee drinkers all over the world have figured out that the risk of heart disease slightly is lowered in these people because they have better habits rather than being dependent on anything else, which is giving them a you know um, uh, unhealthy kick and stuff. Coffee can help you live longer. This I totally agree with. I've researched it. I've seen it. When we are having a talk in Starbucks or in the other restaurants or in other places, coffee beans or coffee shops and stuff, most people who have had coffee have actually shared this, that yes, people who've had coffee in their family have lived longer because it's actually associated with bringing down risk of death in men and women and stuff. Obviously all your diseases are under control. It's giving you so much of positive health and stuff and all that, so obviously it's going to help you live longer. I believe 5 years of your life gets extended if you have coffee. Please research this again. I'm not a doctor, so yeah. And coffee is the biggest source of antioxidants in the Western diet. Healthy coffee becomes a part of your diets like fruits and vegetables. It's like when you go abroad, or even in India, we have wine over a table, or we've got drinks over a table like lemonades, or we've got mocktails happening and stuff. Coffee is a very generic thing, and people like me start our day with black coffee. And I can have at least four coffees. Even if I go for a movie, I prefer a coffee. So it's one of the best things to include in your diet. Rest of it, please research it, because this is an article which is from one of the clinics and medical histories. And if they've included Harvard and other people in it, definitely I believe in this. I've also researched it that it alters your mood, how you feeling. Mood is not a bad word, but generally too much of mood is not a very good idea. It just makes you feel good. It enhances your energy level, and it just enhances your brain function and stuff. So if I were to have a coffee and I'm going to start working and doing things, I'll find and I'm going to function better rather than just sitting here, you know not feeling that great. So both tea and coffee have advantages and stuff. And coffee grows very well in many parts of our country, Assam, South and stuff. Research it. The thing is this, that this is not a share on the economic or the plantation tea, coffees and stuff. I'm sticking to my point. So research this, talk to your dietitians, talk to your doctors, talk to your coaches, and it's definitely going to help you. कई बार आपको एक नया नज़रिया, एक perspective चाहिए होता है, to change things and change perspectives, because we believe that what we've grown on, or what we've have a part and parcel of our environments, or how our wives or our husbands, our partners or our grandparents or our children or our girlfriends or boyfriends have educated us, that's only the right way. But if you were to kind of genuinely take up good health, then you're going to consider relooking it and re-researching it and stuff. And if this works for you, definitely include 3 to 4 cups of coffee. If you like chai, go with chai, but try and include green tea as well and stuff, because coffee's got some neurotransmitter thing also happening in it and stuff. So this is supposed to be scientific, so I think I'm not going to get too scientific. So kindly research, and again, speak to your doctors. And there are varieties and varieties of coffees available. Cold coffee is not as great as black coffee or as cappuccino. So every coffee has a different feeler. And if on one side you keep having coffee with ice cream and stuff, and then you complain that you're not reducing and stuff, then that's cheating. So a good idea would be to actually get coffee which is loaded with antioxidants, and it's actually beneficial for you because it's got so many nutrients in it and stuff. Okay, it can definitely improve your health. So jkapani@gmail.com, justinkapani.im@gmail.com, and uh, feel good, feel great. And remember, anything serious around breathing and stuff like that, definitely call a doctor. Yeah. And you do not have to believe everything you follow on TV and stuff, because sometimes they think that they are just creating awareness, but a lot of people can't handle so much of information, and I call the word is dope being thrown at people and stuff. So always a good idea to disconnect, and always a good idea to kind of read up Get some magazines, get some researches, research it, and then go for it. Be informed. Take charge of your health and stuff with the right information so that you don't have any cases of emergency and you don't have any situations which are out of control and stuff. So I'm sure this is going to help you. I'm Jashin Kapani. As a founder and CEO, it's not in fashion to have coffee. People randomly make a comment that हाँ ऑफिस में काम करते हैं तो बड़े लोग हैं, बड़ी बातें हैं, तो कॉफ़ी पियेंगे, expensive है coffee, but all that is jazz. In today's world, an average person sitting in a Starbucks can also have a coffee. So it's not about positions, it's not about ranks. It's generally about developing taste for coffee and including it in your diet and in your healthy regimes to feel healthier. So take care, love and luck. Bye bye. Yeah.